What's up, everybody? It is DJ Kano, and I'm here in Division 2. I am. Why you gotta interrupt me, bro? Why you gotta interrupt me? I am basically just gonna be throwing together a build in terms of a status effects crowd control damage build. This is coming from um, this guy that I have been. I found him on Reddit. He was posting about any help on a build, so I wanted to comment and give some feedback. But turns out, out of nowhere, I guess I got shadow banned on the sub, and he pointed it out to me. So he seemed nice enough to point it out. So I want to kind of return the favor and go ahead and help him out with his build. He's already got a few other people that gave some pretty good feedback on the build, but I figure I'm going to go one little step above and beyond and see if I can throw together a build that I can share with him. So let's go ahead and make some space here really quickly. Clean that out. Nothing good that I can use for this build that I got out of that. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's get rid of those things. And basically, like I said, we're looking at a status effects, kind of a hybrid damage build that currently it runs well on challenging, but hopefully we can get it to run pretty decently on get it to run pretty well on heroic. So let's go to my crowd control build for one, right, which is the Rona here. Okay, so it's already got survivalist, which is what he said he was using. We got the incendiary grenades, which are already a part of it, and I want to take off the Scorpio, even though it is good for CC. I'm not sure if he has it because he said he just not too long ago achieved level 40, and I think he's like shade 30, so he'll get it eventually. But I think until it drops in the open world, he may not be having it. So just in case, I'm going to take it off and take it away. So we're looking at a rifle AR build. So I think I'm just going to throw on my rifle, which is the Baker's Dozen. It hits nice and hard. This right here, these pieces are all yellow. So we're looking at a little bit more weapon damage. We don't want to have all yellow on this build. Okay, so let's see what we got. I think I do have some red rolled pieces inside of my stash. Let me see if I can find what I need. So for one thing, if you're running a status build, what really works well is I fortunately have a walker piece, so it's got the 5% weapon damage as you can see, but I also have trauma, which gives me blind and it gives me bleed. So that's a nice way to get that started. So I would recommend that this right here, something like this. Doesn't have to be rolled exactly what you see here. I mean, weapon damage comes with walker. If you're able to put status effects on it, at least through the reconfiguration table, that'd be nice. And then whatever the other role is probably red. So I'd recommend this. Vial Mask. This one you may or may not have. I'm gonna avoid exotics just in case you don't have it. So what will we use instead? Let's see. We want something again. We're looking at something potentially hybridable. Hybridable? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Hybridable. Okay, let's take a look at the old stash. So because I'm looking at red primarily for weapon damage, maybe a couple of yellows. I wanna kind of see what we have here. Okay, so Fenris. Fenris would be a good one. Fenris would be a good in general, not just for mask, but for any of the pieces because you want to run an AR. I already have the AR here. So this is the CTAR 21. I kind of mentioned that to this guy already. I mentioned the CTAR, and I'll show you how well this thing shoots. It's a very nice AR. It happens to have Future Perfect. You may not be wanting something with Future Perfect on it unless you're trying to proc more yellows, more skills by getting kills. Depending how much weapon damage you got, this actually might be very, very nice. Okay, and then of course Baker's dozen. So let's switch it. Let's make the AR the primary. Okay, and let's go back into the stash. And let's forget about the mask right now. Oh, back in. Let's forget about the mask because usually when I start making a build, I'll start with what I want the talents to be. So I'll find pieces that are convenient in terms of my talents on my chest and my backpack. So my talent for my chest is good. I'm looking at something good for my backpack. Okay. Um, what is actually going to be super nice if you're running a status effect hybrid is a single piece of Eclipse Protocol. So I think I actually have a red rolled one in here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so I have a red rolled one here. Perfect. This is the one that I would be using here. So I'll take this one out and let me explain why I would consider using this instead. Okay, so Eclipse Protocol, I'll put that on for now and I'll come back to it real quick. So for one, I got lucky that it already had some status effects on it, and because it comes yellow, I rolled it as red for weapon damage. Okay, I'll come back to why that's important. So I have my two pieces here. So now, what do I want to run for the one, two, three, four pieces? Mask, gloves, knee pads, holster. Let's take a look inside the stash. So, like I said, Fenris should be good because I'm working with ARs. Overlord would be good because I'm working with rifles. Those are the guns that you wanted to use. So I'm going to look at those pieces, right? So let's go to the gloves. Okay. So RLD, nope, that's sniper rifles. Um, you could, as you see here, you could also get a two-piece Eclipse Protocol. So if you can find another Eclipse Protocol piece, and if the attribute is rolled pretty well, then you can roll the core attribute as a red piece. So I would recommend that as a possibility. I will stick with the basics instead of these gear set pieces for now. And the reason I would suggest Eclipse Protocol is, as you can see, if I get two pieces of it, I already have the backpack. I get 15% status effects. So a two-piece Eclipse Protocol backpack and anything else would be actually kind of nice. Let's go and take a look at what else we got here. Okay, so Grupo would be pretty good. So skill haste, skill damage, because you are running some skills. This might be a perfect piece for that hybrid. Okay, so let's consider the Grupo. Let's take a look at what else we got. Um, Murakami, this one's actually really nice too. Skill haste and status effects. I would take this one out and I would actually go ahead and roll that skill tier as red. So this is gonna be a rare thing to find though. Uh, a yellow piece like this that has a double max roll like this. Basically, this is a god roll piece though. So if you can find a god roll that has these things, then I would go ahead and roll that. But it's gonna be a rare find. So I'm still gonna go back to the Grupo so that you don't have to farm too hard. Um, even if it wasn't God rolled, if you can find one that has skill haste and status effects, I would definitely recommend that. You get skill duration on top of that. Yeah, so let's see, Overlord. So not bad. This one has skill damage on it. Yeah, so I would consider this one. Let's see. Contractor gloves are good in general. These would be good just for the damage anyway. So if you get contractors gloves, if you can find these are not a DZ exclusive. Even though it says LMG damage, that damage to armor is hard to beat if you want just a little bit more hard hitting action. And let's see, again, so if you can find a Walker, Grupo, Seska, Providence, any of those major DPS centric brand sets that have status effects rolled on it, I think it'd be very beneficial. So this I'm going to use this one right here because I already have a Walker chest. I'm going to do this because it has a 5% damage to armor. If I did the Grupo, that'd be fine too, right? So if we're going back to look at the Grupo, this would be fine too because I would get 15% critical hit damage. Um, and it has skill haste and skill damage, but for now, this one actually works very well because I just want the status effects from the Walker that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to pull the Walker out. And maybe I'll pull the Grupo out too, just for now, in case I have other pieces I want to complement with it. So this is the one, skill haste, well, let's just do the skill haste, because this one's actually pretty nice with the crit damage on it. Okay, let's do that. So gloves are pretty much set. Let's go ahead and put on the Walker ones for now. So those are the Walker ones. Okay, knee pads. Let's see what we got for knee pads. Do I have anything already in my inventory? Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, so Fox Prayers, I think someone else had already suggested this. Since I already have them here, Fox Prayers would be nice. Has 10% rifle damage, and doesn't matter what the rolls are, you can go ahead and definitely, um, you know, roll one of it as crit damage, or you can roll it as crit chance, or you can roll it as status effects if you want. So I'm going to keep that just as it is as a damage piece. Next piece is holster. Let's see if I have any holsters that I can already use. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So another Grupo piece that's a red piece. I'm looking for a little bit more balance, right? So technically, I don't have any yellow pieces yet. So right now I have one, two, three, four as reds, and I think you already had four reds, two yellow. So I'm going to keep it as that. So let's see if I can find just a goodie, two good yellow pieces, maybe a yellow holster and a yellow mask. Yeah. So let's see. Alps is not good for this because it's repair skills. China Light isn't necessarily great for because it has explosive damage, but if you wanted to run the regular Seeker Mines, which does bleed damage for status effects, that would be nice. Empress, this is actually not too bad. This Empress has status effects on it, and I can re-roll that explosive resistance. So actually, this is a good possibility. Let me take that one out. That Empress is nice. Okay, Hanayu wouldn't be too bad either because this one has skill haste on it for 10% and skill haste as an attribute. So I could re-roll this with status effects as well. Skill haste is nice to give you your skills back as much as you can. So let me take the Hanayu out as well. And let's just go to mask. Those are two good enough pieces. Okay, let's see what mask I can get. Empress. So I got skill haste, skill damage. So another Empress. So maybe I'll take out this Empress. And Hana Yu has status effects. Hana Yu coming in handy here again, and I can re-roll this guy too. Okay, so if you don't have these pieces, of course, all you do is you can just go ahead and farm for them, depending what you want. If you want the haste, if you want the skill duration from Murakami, that'll be up to you. Okay, so let me go ahead and see. So for my taste, skill health, it wouldn't be very bad at all. Let's see, but then again, I also wouldn't mind the skill haste here instead of skill health. So let's go with the Hanayu mask, and maybe we'll go with the was it Hanayu as well? Hanayu will give me skill damage if I do two piece, or I can do skill health for the Empress. So let's go with the Hanayu. Okay, so that's what we got here. I'm going to go over to the table and just change out a couple of those pieces. Recalibration, I said reconfiguration earlier. Recalibration, I'm going to go ahead and change this thing to, oh, it's leveled up. I would double check my crits first before I roll anything. I have 20 chance and 62 damage. So I could actually roll chance and I can add a damage mods. Okay, so I'm going to roll crit chance. And then we'll go to the holster and I'll change this to status effects. Okay, I think I don't have to roll anything else. That was all good. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so everything is set and ready to go. Let me put on my mods. I'm just gonna put all crit damage. Oh, actually no, I'll keep that one skill haste and then I'll put this in as crit damage. Okay, so now we'll look at my crits. I'm at about 30 and 85. I wish I had a little bit more chance, but that's okay. You can adjust yours as you need to. But this is basically my red-yellow hybrid, so unfortunately I have everything that I need here. So trauma on the chest to give me a little bit more blind and bleed, so that just gives me a few more status effects when I hit my enemies. Let's see, and then I have this one. So why am I using this backpack, like I mentioned earlier? If you see right here, oh, did they change it? Oh, they changed it. Now it didn't used to say this before, so unfortunately this backpack is not going to work. So it says system aggravator applies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%, and it never used to say requires indirect transmission. They changed it recently, so now it requires a four-piece Eclipse protocol. So no big deal, no big deal because I had a plan B for this anyway. What you want to do is you want to find something with wicked on it. So let me see if I already have something with wicked in my inventory. So I'm looking for wicked, opportunistic, concussion, calculated, vigilance. Nope, I don't. Let's see. There's actually the back. One of the backpacks have a perfectly wicked. I can't remember which one it was. Okay, so shock and awe might be okay if you're doing skill damage. But if you want that weapon damage, I recommend that perfectly wicked. Here we go, the Anarchist Cookbook. Okay, if you can't get the perfect one, then you just want to get a regular one. And it's nice too because Golden Gear already has status effects as its piece right there. Okay, so this isn't the best one. Let me see if I can find something else that has regular wicked on it um, that I don't mind destroying. Let's see, this one has incoming repairs. Wyvern. Okay, so Wyvern has status effect. I'm gonna take this one for now, and I'm gonna roll wicked on it. Okay, because we can do a yellow piece there, and then I may want to change out my mask. So I'm changing out the mask only because I don't want three yellow pieces. So let's see if I can find one that has a red piece with status effects. That's SMG. I don't want SMG. Okay, well I guess we can do a three-piece walker actually. Okay, three-piece walker. Walker, where you are. And then backpack is gonna change because the game wanted to switch it up on me like that. Where is it? Wyvern. Okay. Wyvern. Wicked. I'm looking for wicked. 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 And mask. I'm changing this to double check my crits before I do this. So 26 and 62. I said I wanted a little bit more, so let's go with. I already have chance on it. How much status effects do I have? That matters. I got one, I got two, I got three, I got four. Okay, four is a lot. I'm gonna go and put this as damage. Okay, so let's do damage on this instead. I can always change that to status effects later if I want to. Okay, and then so right now I have 74, 26. Let's do a crit chance mod on here. Okay, crit chance. And let's go and do crit damage. Okay, and then we have a skill haste there. So 3285, it's not bad considering it's a yellow-red hybrid. Status effects now. Okay, so since you have trauma and you have wicked, okay, keep it in mind. Wicked applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18%. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good. I'm applying it with my first shot, 30 seconds, so that's nice as well. Let's see. Riot foam is a status effect. People don't really know that. I'm sure you do. And I would recommend shock traps. Shock traps are also a very nice status effect. It spreads nice and wide. And if you don't already have it, I do recommend a card pistol with a skill tier. So you can swap out your pistol to give you an extra skill tier as you want to use your skills. Okay, so let's see how this works. I am going to dive into some gameplay in the next video. But thank you guys for checking out how to make a build featuring my good friend from Reddit. All right, shoots.